Okay. Think of me today as your kindergarten teacher, and it's story time. So everybody gather around, sit quietly, hands to yourself, and we're going to read Marianne Williamson because she's still relevant today. But like, this book is amazing. And I am 43 years old, going to be 44. Pretty quick here. And this is what she says. Our 40s become the time for getting good at those things, for achieving some mastery. In our 50s, we should be able to shine. People in their 50s are like full-bodied wine. So when we think about that in our 40s, so I feel this. I feel this so like much without reading this. I've been feeling this push in my 40s so that my 65-year-old self can kind of chill out a little bit. I feel more alive. I feel younger at 43, almost 44, than I did at 38. And I think that's pretty awesome, but I didn't really understand why. But I feel like I've got some mastery under me. I feel like all the struggles in my 20s and 30s of trying to figure out who I am and what I am and who I am to this person and that person and all the people pleasing, all the trying to find validation in others, all of that has gone away the older I get. And what I'm realizing is when all of that falls away, all the chatter, all the chaos, and what's rising up is this imperfect, perfect human, full of flaws, but full of stories of transformation, full of stories of getting through hard stuff and talking about these stories. It's leading the way to my 50s and 60s. Like, I'm over halfway done with my life and there's not that much time left, but here I am feeling more alive than ever. And I feel that way because I have a purpose. My purpose is to help women, especially women, be seen, be heard, be beautiful, but feel, be seen, be beautiful, be heard. And I want women to see their essence. I want them to see that they are fine wine, be cherished, be celebrated, and to be expensive. Women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, like we're fantastic. So again, I'm going to move forward just a little bit. And then she says this: do not look to your husband, your lover, your children, your job, your money, or your therapist to make you happy. It's not their function, nor within their capacity to do so. Look to yourself, to the goddess within you, and take responsibility for your own state of mind. And she says, we constantly tell ourselves what is not right: our figure, our hair, our relationship, our job, the weather, someone else's behavior. And when we do that, we're attacking ourselves. Like, do you realize that when you're looking in the mirror and you're wishing that you could lose that 10 pounds, or you're looking at the outfit that you're wearing and you think you don't look good, that you're attacking this beautiful being that is you? Like, we only have ourselves. And if we're not living to our fullest spark, our fullest joy, we're disservicing ourselves. And if you're a mom or a daughter or a wife, when we disservice ourselves, we disservice others around us. Like, we don't want to leave this world angry, unhappy, bitter. We want to leave this world joyful, beautiful, and we want to be teachers and lovers and all things womanly. But we can't do that if we are attacking ourselves. And when we attack ourselves, we attack others. I was laughing the other day because I told my son, because I've been working a ton of hours lately and it's been really stressful. So I came home and I wanted to like go into his room and be like, you need to get a job. I work hard and all this stuff. And I stopped myself and I kind of laughed because that's not me. I've never said that. And so when I was telling him this story, he looked at me and he's like, oh, so you were unhappy, so you were going to try to make me unhappy. And I laughed. And like we laughed because it's true. Because I was feeling stressed out. I wanted to take that stress and give it to somebody else. And that's what we do. We cannot give from an empty cup. But we think we can. What happens then? When we see that we are stressed out, we're hating on ourselves. We hate on other people. We don't see ourselves as full, intact, beautiful human beings, full of amazing stories and amazing tales of triumph and power and glory. You know, like all these warrior words are coming to mind because as women, we are warriors. We are the warrior. We're the love warrior, right? And if we're not being that love warrior because we're feeling a certain way about ourselves, our spouses, our jobs, the weather, we're doing a disservice to everybody, just ourselves, but everybody. And now is the time to stand up. Now is the time to be that love warrior. Why? Well, it's winter, it's cold. Why not? Why not love a little bit? The political climate's crazy. Unease. Why not love a little bit? If you're in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, or families are transitioning, things are happening, why not just love a little bit? And just allow that love that we have to give, allow it to rise up through us and out of us. Again, allow it to rise up through us and out of us. When that happens, we're just giving it all to everybody around us, but it comes through us first. We think it comes from our minds and we think it comes from doing and all this very masculine, manly stuff. Love doesn't come through this doing, checking boxes. How many of you have checked boxes in your life and then you're like, what the fuck? I just checked every box that I had and I'm still not happy. What's wrong with me? Right? Nothing's wrong with you. You're just not allowing the love to come through. You're not in alignment with your heart. Checking boxes is a mental process that has nothing to do with alignment. As women, we are meant to allow, we're meant to create, we're meant to love. And that is, there's nothing weak about that. There's nothing that prevents us from being any less financially successful in our businesses than that. And I think that for a long time, that's what I thought. I thought if I wasn't doing that, I was somehow not successful. But what I realized was that doing, checking the boxes, making sure that my shit was tight, that I wasn't allowing the true expression of who I am and what I am here to give to come out. And because of that, I wasn't charging the right amount that was in alignment with myself and my business. And it didn't work. But now that I'm in alignment and working every day towards alignment in my business, allowing that heart and soul, allowing the creativity to come through, I know instantly when I turn that faucet off. And it doesn't feel good. And luckily, I have people around me now. They know when my faucet's turned off too. And they're like, what the fuck? You're not in alignment. Go meditate. Go take a nap. What's going on? And I love that. I love that I've created people around me that can help me see my true worth. They can help me see when I am not in alignment. They're not here to make me do, and to be in a certain box, to look a certain way, to say the right things. They're just here to support me, and I'm here to support them. And when it's not in that space, yeah, it doesn't feel good. So if you're looking for some transformation, if you need some time for transformation, I have a beautiful retreat coming up Mother's Day weekend. It's a Friday afternoon through Sunday morning around 11, so you still have time to go be with your family if you live in the area. Then you should come. Learn how to fill your bucket. Learn how to love from the universe, allowing that to rise and through you. Rise up through you, and take some time today to write down some of the things that make you absolutely beautiful and tuck it away somewhere. Hold it tight and read it as often as you can, because you are beautiful.